Welcome back. You're still live with Expresso as we celebrate phenomenal South African women, and we're going to do that right now. Now that the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games has officially concluded, the flame has been extinguished. We, of course, for us mere mortals, the memories of the Games may fade, but for many of the athletes who competed, this was the most memorable experience probably of their careers. 19-year-old gymnast Caitlin Rooskrantz, now along with Naveen Daries, made history by becoming the first woman of colour to participate in the sport for Team Mzansi at the Olympics. An unbelievable achievement in itself. Caitlin was undoubtedly living the dream in Tokyo and even bagged a personal best at the Games. And this morning she joins us via video call to chat about this global showpiece and breaking barriers for gymnasts in the country. And the smile is resplendent this morning. So good to be connecting with you. I've got to ask, or I've got to say, first of all, just congratulations for becoming an Olympian in itself. How does that feel, knowing that you are representing your country on the biggest stage possible? Now that you're presumably starting to come down, how are you feeling?
Yeah, firstly, I just want to say thank you for having me. And then, yeah, it's amazing. I think, yeah, it's come down now from this extremely high that we were at the Olympics. But it's amazing, to know that I've achieved this dream of mine. That's been a dream my entire life. And, it's weird because now my entire life I've been chasing this dream, and now it's kind of behind me, and now I'm just like, on to the next thing. But I'm really happy and I'm proud of my, what I did and my experience and how it all went.
And we are equally as proud of you. I mean, you were living the dream in Tokyo, and it looked like you guys were having the most amazing time. Maybe for those of us, because I'm really interested in just the Olympic Village life itself. What is a normal day at the Olympics? What does that look like?
A normal day in the village. So yeah, we would wake up, and then first thing you do is you do your COVID test. So it's a little disgusting spit test in a little container. And then on your way to breakfast, you go drop it off in the morning. And then, yeah, you go to breakfast. It's a huge dining hall. I think everyone's kind of heard about it. Massive dining hall with so many food choices. And you get breakfast, and then you walk to the bus, at which this time it's maybe like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's already like 30, 35 degrees. It is so hot. And then, yeah, you go to the bus and on your way to training. And then, like, for us, we would have like a double session. So you would train all morning, come back, have lunch, go rest. Maybe you'll take a half an hour nap, and then back on the bus to train again, come back, we relax, we do like ice bath recovery, and then to dinner, and then, yeah, in bed. I mean, we weren't really obviously allowed out of the village. So it was between like the athletes lounge and the dining hall areas and the shopping. That was quite a while to walk. So, I mean, you'd do that on a day that you didn't train.
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they did that on purpose. Now, obviously, you got to perform alongside some of the best in the world. I think the most decorated American gymnast of all time, Simone Biles, very publicly took some time off and spoke about the importance of mental health at this particular global showpiece. And I'm glad she did what she did and had the amount of support that she did. As a young athlete yourself, how do you look after your holistic health? How do you handle the mental pressure in those moments? Because it really, I think in gymnastics especially, there is so much pressure on the individual. How do you wrap your head around that?
Yeah, there definitely is a lot of pressure experienced by gymnasts, and I can't even begin to imagine what Simone was feeling. I mean, we were feeling pressure as first time, gymnasts at the Olympics with not huge expectation, put on our shoulders. But like I said, I can't imagine what she had to go through. And it's a lot, there's a lot of expectation around, with gymnasts and what to expect. And I think it's a sport focused around perfection. And, if everything, I mean, from the judges judging you to be perfect, from you expecting that perfection on yourself, there's a lot of pressure put on us as gymnasts. And I'm really grateful for what Simone did and shed a light on mental health. And just I think her biggest message was to show that no gold medal, not even an Olympic one, is worth sacrificing your mental health. And I think it was an amazing lesson to be learned by the greatest in the world.
Just on that note, how cool is it as a young athlete, as young as you are? I know you're only just getting started, as much as this has been a lifelong journey and a mission for you. How cool is it to be able to share the floor with the likes of Simone, to be there competing with the best in the world? How much did that up your game?
Yeah, no, it's insane, I think, to be surrounded by, like, say, the best in the world, and to be surrounded by people like Simone Biles. And I mean, like, we were in a subdivision with Russia and China and Great Britain. I mean, Russia won the team medal. They ended up being the best in the world, and we trained alongside them. And it's hectic because, I mean, a part of you do feel I think, intimidation now and then, but we've also gotten used to it over the years, and instead used it to kind of fuel us and to inspire us rather. And yeah, it's really inspiring training alongside them, and I think super motivating to be able to, like, come back from that and have learned so much.
Well, clearly you have taken the most out of the experience, and you are undoubtedly a shining light of where we are going as a nation in terms of what we can achieve. It's amazing to me that you're only getting going at your tender age. So thank you so much for putting in the amount of work that you clearly have just to get to the Games, and we cannot wait to see what you're going to do in the future. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and happy Women's Day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
An absolute superstar, remember that name. And we'd like to thank South African gymnastics champion and Tokyo Olympian Caitlin for joining us via video call this morning. And we wish her every bit of success as she continues to smash through that glass ceiling to break down those barriers for the sport of gymnastics here in South Africa.